have a question. What is your favorite song and how do you connect with it? Is it when you fell in love or through something really difficult? I'm your host, Tiffany Mason. Now join me as I interview others and we take a walk down memory lane with them. Let's get lost in why that music matters to them. Turn up your radio and let's explore Memories with a Beat. Hello, Podcast Land. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Memories with a Beat. And today, you guys, I am so excited. I have a real fireball on the interview with me today. Her name is Jojo, and you say your last name for me.
LaRiccia.
LaRiccia. Okay. And so I know Jojo through some networking and through some common mutual acquaintances. And we've had such great energy, I feel like, between us and just kind of love each other so much, even though we've never met in person. And so I am super excited to have you on. Jojo, say hi to my audience and let us know just where you are, what you got going on, what you doing.
Hello, Tiffany Mason's audience. This is Jojo LaRiccia from Somerville, Massachusetts, the all-America city 3 times.
Woo!
I'm 4 miles north of Boston, Massachusetts.
I couldn't tell by the accent.
Really?
No, I'm shocked. I thought you were from Florida.
Okay.
No. And Jojo, what do you do? Because you have kind of a fun career, really, where you get to really highlight people. So let my audience know, what do you do in your free time to make money? I don't know if it's really your free time, but you are retired, so free time.
I'm 67. I've been retired for 16 years. What I did for a livelihood was I had a concession stand in front of the New England Aquarium in Boston, and I was the first female ever to sell T-shirts on the streets of New England in 1976 when the tall ships came to Boston.
Okay.
Which is very, very, very exciting. So I did that for 35 years and I put myself through college. When I was doing that business, I went to Berklee College of Music. And when I went to Berklee College of Music and I went for the audition, and by the way, this builds up to where I am now.
Yeah.
When I went for the audition, I flunked it because I was so nervous. And I remember the gentleman, his name was Paul Schmeling, and he told me that I was so bad. He said, "You're really bad." And I went, I know. And he says, "But we're going to let you into Berklee College of Music on the basis that you are a female," because they had a shortage of females. I know, that was in 1976 as well. So I went to Berklee College of Music. There were 77 women to 2,700 men.
Wow, that's a beautiful dating pool.
Who needs any of these dating services? But listen, Tiffany, I had to be a lady. Okay, because you're around all those guys. But I didn't live at college, thank God. I lived at home and I had a sports car, and I remember driving up, with my sports car every day. And I was hot back then, but I didn't think I was hot. But I looked at myself, I said, "Damn, why didn't I know that I was like good looking?" Women have all these insecurities when they're growing up. I don't know why. I have no idea. Things are like backwards. I wish I knew then what I know now. Life would be so much simpler, right?
Don't we all?
But anyway, I went to Berklee College of Music. I did the whole singing scene, but I became very intrigued with sound score, video, and I also was fascinated with photography because I took a photography course at the age of 11 at MIT, which is another whole story. So I've been involved with media of sorts, music.
Sure.
I built 3 recording studios, 1-inch tape, 2-inch tapes, and then everything went computerized. Now everything has gone from massive equipment. Everything's been downsized. But during COVID, I had to reinvent myself because I'm involved with video. And I had a children's TV show. I'm backing up to, let me see, when did that happen? In 2002.
Okay.
And so I fell in love with video. I fell in love with, being in front of the camera, being behind the camera. And the kids used to say, "Jojo, what do you like better? Do you like being in front of the camera or behind the camera? And I used to say to them, it doesn't matter as long as I'm creating, very much like you, Tiffany. As long as I'm creating, I'm happy. So when you asked me to do your podcast and it's involved about the songs that you love, I went, oh my God, I am so down with this.
Oh, yay.
So here I am. But anyway, what am I doing now? I am creating these video commercials that people can embed in their email signature. They can put it on LinkedIn. They could use it on their website. They could use it for the QR code, all types of social media. And that is taking off big time. So that's what I'm doing. And here I am with you. So take it away, Tiffany.
You're so funny. I was going to ask you about something.
Yes, I have a podcast as well.
Maybe that's where I was going. Yes. Let's go there. So you have a podcast. What is your podcast about?
My podcast is called Somerville Connects. It's basically about whoever I interview, and I ask the person, what's your story? It could be about any topic, because Somerville, to me, is like a bridge that bridges all different places in the world. Did you know that there are 52 languages spoken in the city of Somerville? Did you know that we are a sanctuary city? Did you know we're the third largest city in the country? In 4 square miles, we have 80,000 registered voters, but I think there's more, like about 120,000 people that live in this town, because recently they just built 6 new train stations, because for us to get from one end of the city to the other, it is a traffic nightmare.
Wow. Very interesting. Okay. So that kind of makes me feel like it's similar to my podcast, where I just sincerely love learning about people. And so it's kind of the same thing, where you're getting to interview these people and just kind of learn what makes them them and how they connect with Somerville and, what they've got going on too. So I love that.
Right.
Yeah.
And I love what you're doing, connecting people with music, because I don't know if you know this, and this is a true statement. We're going to get deep here.
Okay.
People can live without the light, but they can't live without the sound. And in the movie industry, one of the highest paid crew people is the audio person. If the audio is not good, they could have the best movie or the best video. If the audio is not working, you've got nothing. You will lose your audience.
I know I always say sound is king, and, people want to choose editors that are, lower cost. That's fine. But just keep in mind, sound is king. So if you have something going on and you can't get that out of your audio, or if you, I don't know, have like weird mouth clicks, or you say one word too many times, or whatever it is, if that stuff's not getting taken out, it's actually called it's an interrupter for listening. So if you're always waiting to say what your answer is, that's an interruption to listening. You're not really listening at that point. And it's the same thing with if somebody has something off going on with their audio and it's not corrected, it's the same thing. Their brain can't fight the disruption and what you're saying. And so I agree with you 100%, Jojo, that sound is king, and amen for the audio people like myself.
And people should see you, because talk about being a fireball. You're a firecracker.
Oh, snap. I'll take it. And I know what I wanted to say. Okay, it came back to me. I was going to say that you have an amazing voice. So Jojo and I had a conversation, and I really have just such an affinity and adoration for people who sing well. And so I was like, Jojo, can you sing something for me? And she is so sweet, you guys. She's saying, "You are so beautiful." And I thought that was such a sweet gesture, that that's what came to mind when she wanted to, show off her talent to me, was her singing "You Are So Beautiful." So I thought that was so sweet, and just such a beautiful voice, really.
Thank you. Can I sing it again to you?
Sure.
You are so beautiful to me. You are so beautiful to me. Can't you see? You're everything I ever hoped for. You're everything I ever need. You are so beautiful to me.
That's a wrap. That's the whole episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. No. I just love it. I just really love your voice, Jojo. Okay, so we'll switch modes and why don't you share with my audience the song that you've chosen to discuss today. And then you can go right into how you connect to it or where you're instantly transported to. Tell us all the details.
Okay. One of the songs that transports me into another realm of existence, we don't know why these songs do what they do, but they do, is My Everything by Barry White.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'll give you an example of what happened. I am filming my children's TV show, JoJo's Dream Cart. It's 2002, April 27th. I am at Hearst Argyle, which is CBS.
Okay.
And before we began the production, which was huge and so massively expensive, I asked the crew to blast on the speakers My Everything. And the reason why I asked them to do that is because I know when I hear that song, I go into a different frame of mind. It absolutely takes all the cells in my body and magically I just become this blob of this, I don't know what you want to call it, but I am like complete. I am as good as I can be. Every cell is like in line with each other. You know, when you have that aha moment in your life and you just go, oh my God, the world is perfect. I feel absolutely perfect. Well, when I hear this song, I go into perfection mode.
Oh.
And I don't really know what it is. Yeah, I go into this mode where the world is right. There's nothing wrong in the world. There's only things that are perfect. As a matter of fact, I will call it my slice of heaven that I can fill up with tears, but happy tears. And it's not that I'm thinking about any one person or any one thing. But when I hear Barry White, and yes, it's his voice, but none of his other songs do this to me. And when I hear that, ba-dum, 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 bum, ba-dum, 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 bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-bum. And it just like sets me up. It's like I'm ready to like dive in. And I feel like I can fly. I feel like I can do anything and conquer the world.
Well, I think that he has such joy for this love of his life, right? And he's like, we got it all together, right, baby? And his little voice comes in, just not little, his deep voice comes in, just smooth as silk. And it's got a good upbeat kind of feeling to it. And so, it must just put you just in that right mindset where you're like, let's do this.
Yeah. I mean, anything is possible when I hear this song. As a matter of fact, when I have to make big decisions or I have to do anything, I play My Everything because I know exactly where I need to be. And I know that the world is right. Everything lines up. The world is perfect. I guess you could call it, it's a euphoric moment.
Yes.
It's a euphoric moment. Imagine this. It's a really hot day and you dive into a cool pool of water and you feel the coolness. You feel the coolness on your face and you just go, oh, That is so beautiful. Or you see the perfect sunrise or sunset,
Mm.
or you're kissing that person for the first time, or you feel that feeling of euphoria when you're in love. That's what this song does to me.
Wow.
I know it is like
Wow.
and the song says my everything.
Yeah.
It is my everything. And
So, yeah,
it's
go ahead.
not even the words. It's the music, it's everything. It sets me up. It sets me up to succeed. It sets me up to win. It sets me up to say, be, and do the right thing. I am infinite in the moment when I hear my everything.
Wow, I've never had this be a reaction that somebody had to a song. I love it. I love
Yeah.
new stuff. So I that's great. Oh my goodness. I don't know if I have a song. I mean, I'm sure I do.
And
But
and 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 I'll take it to another level, not to get sexual, but you know what happens to a woman's body when she gets
oh,
excited. That also happens when I hear the song. And I don't know how it's possible. This song fires me up on all cylinders. Everything's going on.
well, they say that Barry White music is baby making music. So,
I never heard that.
no. Oh, yes.
No.
Oh, yes. Yes. It's definitely baby making music for sure. Yes. That
Really?
voice. Mm-hmm. Heck yeah. You're not the only one getting fired up when you hear that voice.
Wow. Wee, zowie, wowie, Barry White.
right? Listen, in just a minute, you're going to want to text the word details to the number I give you. So quick, go grab a pen. I'll wait. Okay, write down 904-560-5597 and the word details. Now, here's why you're going to want to text it. If you're an entrepreneur like me, I know that you have a lot of hats that you have to wear. But guess what? I have really good news. I've just found a system. I call it the No More system. Why do I call it that? Well, no more wondering if someone looked at your proposal, no more worrying about checking messages on multiple platforms, no longer having to check back with a prospect and see if they need to reschedule, no more worrying about the prospects that ghosted you. There's an automation for that. There are tags and segmentations that will update a contact's record when they say open an email or whatever. It's amazing. No more worrying about updating your pipeline. No more, I've got to make sure to send this person information. No more to a lot of things. So I call it the No More system, even though the actual name is Follow-Up Speed. Follow-Up Speed is a CRM, an automated follow-up team. You can run a promotion, a course, a membership. It can even be your website, all rolled into one quote-unquote hub, if you will. It's seemingly endless, all of the different pipelines clients can go through with Follow-Up Speed. Best part, it's at their speed. I just want to share one more thing, which is my favorite current automation. If a client or listener texts one of my keywords, sure, I can have an automation in place, or I can reply as myself. And that's who they've invested in, correct? Us, the business owner. I hope you can see your day-to-day being simplified and your business growing as a result. Check out Follow-Up Speed now by texting details to 904-560-5597. And of course, it'll be in the show notes. Now, back to the show. So are there any lyrics that specifically stick out to you? Or is it really just a feeling and that's just what it boils down to? Like when you are in a mood, can you think of a time where you're like, you know what, crap, I just need to put on my everything? So before you were going to record your show, are there any other things? Are there any times now when you do that?
Yeah, when I'm going out for a walk and I might have a stressful thought and that comes on, it just takes it all away. It's like an eraser. It goes and it's gone. But when you listen to the words, when he says the first, my last, my everything, and the answer to all my dreams, you're my sun, my moon, my guiding star, my kind of wonderful. That's what you are. And by the way, the best love affair that we can have is with ourselves. Now, I don't say that in a vanity way.
No,
because that sounds like I'm not the type of person, I look in the mirror, oh my God, am I beautiful? No, no, that would be wrong. But to have self-love and to respect yourself is the highest form of gratitude that you could give to the divine. When I hear this song and he says, my first, my last, my everything, and the answer to all my dreams, we're really the answer to ourselves. And we can please ourselves, or we know that we are the only competition in the world is ourselves.
Yep.
Is no one else. It's how we view ourselves. If we feel good about ourselves, we can be servant leaders to the planet and to the world. So in my world, I am my everything. And it's not about someone else being my everything, because if I invest something into someone else, I'm going to be disappointed. So the only person that can disappoint me is me. And that's why my everything is so prevalent, so relevant, and so huge in my life.
Yeah. Okay. I had the light bulb go off. So when you were talking, because I was like, okay, he's singing to somebody else, right? But no, when you hear those words, it's like you're singing to yourself, you're encouraging yourself. And that's why you get so fired up.
Yes. And
I love that.
And it says, in you, I found so many things, a love so new, only you could bring. Can't you see it's you? You make me feel this way. You're like a fresh morning dew on a brand new day. I see so many ways that I can love you until the day I die. You're my reality. I'm lost in a dream. The first, the last, my everything. And finally, I know there's only one like you. There's no way they could have made two. You're my reality. I'm lost in a dream. You're the first. You're the last, my everything. And I could cry because there were times in my life I did not love myself. But I've learned self-love. And I know that in order for me to be all that I can to you, to my family, to my friends, to God, I have to love myself, and I am my everything. That is the greatest compliment to the divine, that we love ourselves and that we are filled with gratitude for being in this world.
Yes, lots of times we're supposed to see God or the divine as our parent, right? And I know me as a parent, if my children looked at me and said, Mommy, I'm enough, I would be flooded with emotion. So I can only imagine how God feels when you sing this song to yourself and then you realize, I'm enough. I'm my first, my last, my everything. I'm the one that's going to make it happen. I absolutely love that point of view with this song. Seriously, that's incredible. I was also going to say, there's, why do I keep losing my train of thought?
I'm going to share something with you. When I was going through a divorce, this was back in 85. We're going back a long time ago. 36 years ago. My brother said to me, listen, I want you to learn to be selfish. And I said, well, that's just awful. He says, no, for you, that's a very good thing. You have to put yourself first. And that kind of like struck me a little odd, because to be selfish to me was wrong, but he was right. And that's why my everything is so important, because I have to know that I am enough. I don't have to be someone else. I don't have to look like someone else. I don't have to be like anyone else. I just have to be all that's important to me, to do the absolute best that I can in this world, to be a servant leader to others, and to be my everything.
It makes me really sad that people have such an emotional reaction if you look at them and sincerely say, you are enough. They have such a reaction to it that they don't believe it for themselves. And that makes me so sad. And there's a couple of podcasts that I edit, and that's one of their like ending taglines is like, just remember you're enough. And it's sad that more people don't think, I guess, like you and I, because I would agree with this sentiment as well, that, we are enough. And this song reminds you of that. And I think that that's so awesome. Going along with like confidence and selfishness and all that kind of stuff, in a good way, not in a humble way, not in a cocky way. But I think some of my friends find it unique about me that when I do something, sometimes I call them, I'm like, dude, guess what I just did? I am the freaking bomb. and, and then I'll tell them what I did. And, I just wish that more people would do that. Or sometimes people will be like on Facebook and they'll be doing a live or they'll post something, and they're like, well, I really want to come on and tell you guys something, but no sheepishness, own it. You did something that was awesome and miraculous, and you didn't think you can do it. And now you did it. And it's okay to come online and say, I freaking rock. I'm the bomb. Guess what I just did? I think that more people need to pat themselves on the back. There's nothing wrong with it as long as you're doing it in, a confident way, not in a cocky way or to bring anybody down. I think that that is one of the best things that we can do for ourselves is to say, I did it. I figured that out. I made that happen.
Yeah. And here's the other side of the coin. And I'll use you as an example. Sure. You are such a happy soul. And you have a child or children. I'm not sure if you have 1 or 2. 3 kids. You look like a baby. God bless you. How can you be all that for your children unless you feel good about yourself? My mother used to have an expression. She used to say, can a father crab teach their baby crabs to walk straight? And the answer is no, because a crab walks sideways. So you are leading by example by being confident and beautiful. You're letting your children know, you know what? I could do anything. So can't you?
Yes. I just was a guest on somebody else's podcast, and we were talking about mom guilt and just, what that feels like and everything, leaving them or whatever. And she was patting me on the back and just saying like, no, you're doing a good job by leaving her. She gets to figure out who she is. And, when she sees you take time to go to the gym, or she sees you take time to develop this business, she knows once she is in a relationship or once she's a mother, she can do the same thing. She can develop a business for herself, or she can take care of herself and go to the spa or go to the gym, or those things that everybody says, self-care, but then everybody feels guilty doing it, And so she put a positive spin on that, just saying, that's the example you're setting for your children. So I love that you brought that up.
Yeah, that is huge. Everyone has their moments in life where life can be sad. I've had my dark moments. Sure. Yep. And my days aren't all perfect. I just want you to know that they're not all perfect, but I try to keep them as positive. Yesterday morning at 4:45, and I'm not on Facebook a lot, but yesterday morning at 4:45, I put out a video and I said, hey guys, it's 4:45 a.m. and I am walking outdoors because it's going to be a hot day. And I didn't want to walk outdoors in the heat, in the sun, because honestly, I don't want to croak. That would not be a pretty sight. But I just told everyone, get up, get out and do it. It's great. And I get so many comments. People are saying, oh my God, I didn't mean to make people feel bad, but you know what? I want to get my workout in, my walk. It's not really a workout, but I did work. I still work up a sweat.
Right.
But this is how I love myself. I move, I eat right, I sleep right, I drink good water, I'm around good people, I listen to positive music, I watch things that lift me up. I'm on Clubhouse every morning at 5:30 a.m. Breakfast with Champions with Glenn Lundy. Oh my God, has my world shifted? I recommend everybody do that. Anyway, that's my world and I love it. That's my everything.
Amen. I think when you do kind of have your everything, it also makes it hard. Not harder. It makes it easier to face those adversities. So when it is a bad day, when it is whatever, because you've given so much energy to all this positive stuff and you have all this positive stuff around you, and the other thing is when you get on and you're saying like, hey guys, it's 4:45, I'm going for a walk. You don't know who woke up that day and was like, ugh. And then they're like, oh, well, if Jojo can do it, I can do it. I'll go for my walk. You just never know. It's like when you give someone a compliment, when you encourage somebody, you just never know how far that really took somebody. And so, sometimes my kids are like, Mom, you always are complimenting strangers. I'm like, yeah, because you don't know. Maybe they were insecure about that coat. And I told them it looked fabulous. And then now that's their favorite coat. I said, you never know if a woman put a lipstick color on and she's feeling a little insecure about it. Is it too loud? Is it too this? Is it too that? And then I say, girlfriend, looking good. She is thinking like, oh, okay, it looks good. It looks good. So I try to give out as many compliments as I can. I try to be positive. And like I said, I think that is what helps when those hard times do hit, for you to be able to count your blessings and see all the positive stuff that is around you. And you go, okay, first world problems,
You're a blessing to the world.
Aw,
You're a blessing to the
thank
world.
you.
When I used to go shopping with my mother, she would look at the cashier and she would say, oh, we're so lucky to have you here. You're doing such a good job. And I used to say to her, you don't know that person. And she said, you always say something positive to a person because they may need it. Just like you.
And I just feel like right now it's so important. It's so important to tell all the people, like, thank you for being here. And so yesterday, this lady walks up to the counter, just slugging herself up to the register. And she's like, what can I get you? And then I ordered and I said, thank you so much for being here. I'll tell you what, her attitude changed. Her shoulders went back. The onion rings came up and she was like, you know what? These onion rings aren't cooked. I want new onion rings. And I was like, oh my gosh, I got like fresh onion rings. Just because I said thank you for being here, but it makes a difference to people. It makes a difference.
That is so huge. If there's a message that we can give people today, that they go out of their way and do some random act of kindness like you, finding something positive to tell a person, to uplift them, I used to give my, I still do. I give my nephew compliments, and he used to say to me, Auntie Joanne, you're always complimenting me. And I said, Michael, listen, absorb compliments like a sponge, because very few people give compliments. So if someone gives you a compliment, suck it up. Take it in.
Amen. Amen. Well, is there anything else that you want to add to the song about our friend Barry White? Or I guess
no, just love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Give people compliments when you have an opportunity. Find the good things in people. I know that some people aren't all that, and not everyone may deserve to be lifted up. I mean, you don't give someone that's got a knife in their hand and say, hey, you're looking pretty good. No, that's the time you don't give someone a compliment.
I love your knife.
No.
Is that a real wood handle?
No, just take the time to look for the positive things in yourself and in others. And that's what I'm sharing today. I am Jojo LaRiccia, and I am complete. Thank you for having me, Tiffany.
Oh, I'm so happy to have spent the time with you, Jojo. For my audience, I hope that this episode has been music to your ears. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? You never know what rabbit holes we'll get to go down and explore. Were you reminded of anything? Or anyone? Share what it was with me in a review. Honestly, the reviews don't do me any favors other than knowing people like you are listening to this podcast. Insert cheesy wink. However, the ratings do help, so leave me 5 stars. You know you wanna. This podcast was produced by Virtual You, supporting you in all things podcasting. To connect or check me out on social media, I know you're just gonna stalk me. But see the show notes, as always, for details. Can't wait to dive into my next guest's memories with a beat. Hit subscribe now. You don't want to miss the next episode.